Hi, this is Paul from Outer Loop Coaching, outerloopcoaching.com, and I'm here to talk to you this week about the albums recorded. When should you release? Now, don't release your album or EP until you've heard what I have to say. The answer is later than you think. There's a lot to do, and I'm going to talk to you over the next few minutes of just about some of the things that you need to be thinking about between the time that you release your album and the weeks prior to that when you finished recording. You only released 2, 5, 20, 25 albums or EPs in your career. Make it count. Give your release the respect it deserves by taking the necessary time to release your album or EP the right way every time. Release it right. Now, if you're watching on YouTube, go to the Manage Mental podcast on your favorite podcast catcher and make sure you subscribe to Blasco and Maury, who will give you an hour of great info every single week on the Manage Mental podcast. Now, if you're listening on Manage Mental, please, please, please go to Outer Loop Records on YouTube and subscribe to Outer Loop Records on YouTube. Like it and then comment down below. If your music career got some amazing momentum as a result of a fantastically well done release rollout for your next album or EP, what would you do? Would you tour Europe, tour Asia, get an instrument endorsement? Would you want to collaborate with someone awesome that you've always respected? What would you want to do? Let me know in the comments down below. Now, quick. Some of the things that you need to do after you've done recording. First, create and organize your pre-release assets. We talked about these last week. Right up here in the corner, if you're watching on YouTube, is a link. You can catch that video where I go into some depth on this topic, right? But you need to organize and figure out when you're going to release all those different things during your rollout. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, release it right on outerloopcoaching.com. All right, so you also need to write your bio, get your photos done, get your video shot, get a well-crafted EPK, okay? Now, an EPK, I've seen terrible, terrible EPKs out there. Make sure yours is awesome. Another thing, right up here in the corner is a link on what makes a great EPK. Next, make your cover art. Oh my goodness. Once again, up in the corner, there's a link. I did a video on making your cover art. So make sure you go back and watch that if you haven't already. Here's something else you need to do. You need to book gigs in your best markets for the weeks prior to and after your target release date. There's a very good reason for this. You want to have as many sales as possible of your album or EP during that time. That week before the album is released and the week following are the times those sales are going to count towards your SoundScan, towards Billboard possibly. You want to chart if you absolutely can, and if you can drive momentum into those sales by being in those markets, visiting the radio stations, getting the press to cover you, to getting the blogs to write about you, to make sure people show up and bring their friends because it's a release party. You know what I mean? That is going to be awesome, and people will buy the album. They will buy the EP because you're going to put on an amazing show and exhibit your fantastic new material. And you want those sales. That's when those sales count the most. All right? Book the greatest album release party ever in a venue you can sell out. And there's a very important reason for that. I'm going to talk about that next week when I talk about the makings of a great album release party. All right. This is Paul from Outer Loop Coaching. I hope you appreciate the comments, or I appreciate the comments, I should say. And I hope you appreciate what I've been giving you every week here on Manage Mental and here at YouTube on Outer Loop Records. I'll see you next week. Thank you so much.